If you're new here and you just think that I like electric vehicles because you've seen that I've just bought a Renault 5, welcome to North East Tuning, where we enjoy cars for what they are. Doesn't matter if it's an electric vehicle, doesn't matter if it's an old classic Rover, doesn't matter if it's a Citroen 2 CV, doesn't matter if it's a Mark II Golf GTI, as long as it's not a Vauxhall, it's welcome here. I don't know why, but I decided to buy a Rover 820 SE. It's a little bit of a weird one. I like them, they're weird. It was the right car, it looks beautiful. It had a few issues with it, it had some little dents and stuff which I've got sorted. Ken drove it and immediately put the windows down. Anyone who's ever driven a Rover 820 knows you don't put the windows down. But this is for Ken. If you don't know who Ken is, Super Ken. We love Ken, Ken's the best. Yeah, I really like this car in a weird way, and what I like about it is it's honest, it's like a time capsule. So we're going to give it a quick clean off and then I'll show you it in a little bit more detail, so enjoy. Pew pew. Let's focus on the car for a minute. I enjoy cars and what they bring, and I love the fact that cars like this transport you somewhere back in time. When I sat in this car, it reminded me of being a kid, because my dad had a Honda twin cam engined Rover 216 GTI. He had two of them in this colour, and I sat in this car and it transported me back to my childhood. For those 20 minutes or so that I drove this, I might as well have had The Wall on a cassette playing. My dad sat next to me on holiday in Cornwall, cruising around in his Rover. One for the EV guys, there's a Renault 5 there. Best electric car on the market when it charges. Got some updates for you lot on that, but we'll deal with those later. First, we've got to wash a modern classic. Hello, I'm Jared, and I would like to let you all know that I haven't bought an EV and stopped buying old shitbox cars. I still like shitbox cars and I still buy them quite regularly. And while I was buying my electric vehicle, I also bought this shitbox. It's a Rover 820 SE. It's probably not a particularly desirable car to most people. However, I couldn't not buy it because it's just rad. Like, it's a proper Timewarp car. And there was probably a time in your life where there was one of these parked on every street corner. But when was the last time that you saw one? Unless you've got one, it's probably a while ago. I really do feel like this Rover 820 SE, which is, it's not a great car. Actually, probably is a great car. This car properly transports me back in time, because my dad had a Honda engined Rover 216 GTI twin cam when I was a kid, and I went everywhere in that. And the day that I passed my driving test, I remember my dad immediately letting me drive his 216 GTI twin cam, and I swear to God, it was the best day of my life. Getting in this, fair enough, it ain't a 216 GTI twin cam, I get that. Getting in this brings back so many memories. And what's really weird about this is I didn't really pick this up for me. I picked this up for Super Ken. If you don't know Ken, you should do. Ken is my rock. Ken is my person that I can ring. Ken is great. Ken used to work at a Rover dealership. So when this drove past the shutters last week on its way to an MOT, I had to buy it. But unfortunately, that snaky little rat Paul next door had already gone out and bought it. Yeah, it drove past. He was like, how much is that? He got a price. And he went, yeah, I'll have that. And then 2 seconds later, I walked around the corner and I was like, is that for sale? He's like, I've just sold it to Paul. Paul luckily let me take over from that point. And I'm really happy that he did, because I really like this car. I'm going to show you a few more little details on it. Then maybe we'll take it for a drive. It's good. I really like it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Ken's driven it once now, so it's ticked that box. But it's a really nice thing. A really, really, really nice car. Where are you going to find one? Where are you going to find a 51,000 mile Series 1 Rover 820? And look at how clean this thing is. I'm going to show you the sills now and the door shuts and the arches, and you're going to be like, wow, my mind's blown. Where did you find that? I didn't. It found me. So, is this car too boring for me to do a road test and a test drive in? I'll leave it up to you, so that this is a nice short video for once, rather than 15 minutes of me just ranting on. But yeah, let me know. If you want to see me drive this latest acquisition, tell me, and I will.